hard-fought derby match, as Archie discovered.
Well, we saw Dundee United lose their first competitive game of the season against Celtic at Parkhead in the League Cup on Wednesday night. And they've made but one change, and Jim McLean pondered long since then about which of the youngsters he should bring in, either John Riley or Alec Taylor, and he's plumped for the latter. Number 7, 19 years of age, from Blantyre, has only played 2 friendly games. This is his Premier Division debut. And spared thought for Davie Dodds, and a congratulatory one at that, who in his last outing in the Premier Division notched up his 50th Premier Division goal. He scored against every club bar one, and guess which one? Yes, you're right, Dundee. And there is Dundee playing much better now in the Premier Division than they did last season. I saw them ending the game very impressively against Aberdeen. They might have saved it, but for excellent goalkeeping by Jim Leighton. And there's a lot of experience in the side, but I'm extremely impressed, of course, by number 7, Ian Ferguson, who was a top goal scorer last season. And of course, from time to time you hear rumours about how interested other clubs are in this fine young player. The referee is Douglas Downey from Edinburgh, his first visit of the season to Tannadice, and this is his 9th season as a Grade 1 referee. Well, there doesn't seem much tension there in the legs of the two players, with the youngster with his back to us, Alec Taylor, and beside him the much more experienced John Holt. On a really foul day at Tannadice, has been pouring all morning in Dundee, and up to these two teams to rescue the afternoon. I think they will, if history means anything, and it usually does in a traditional local derby like this. Then it does suggest we'll get goals, because of only been a couple of goalless draws in 50 years. That's not bad going. The tall figure of Ian MacDonald almost giving a warning to United in a sense of his strength and power. Oh, that slithering away. There's going to be a lot of mistakes today, I think. Yes, Douglas Downey rather dramatically pointing down there. Free kick. Solidly headed down, and Davie Dodds finding it difficult to turn again. A bit of wrestling going on. Dodds over the top. Not over the top of the ball, off the feet, I may say. Looks an interesting breakaway here by Mackey. Here's Ferguson up. And Davidson, and it's rattled in very hard, and behind it, Hegarty. Well, he treated all that very nonchalantly. That really staggered him a bit, I think. Considering the conditions today, the crowd is quite excellent. Well, that's a good-looking ball again. Mackey. He couldn't get the poise, and it's all scrambled. They can't get it through. It's a bit like the Eton Wall game in there now, and pushed away wide. And there was no finesse in the way Dundee tried to finish that through ball. I mean, you can really see for yourself how many players are there. Some of them almost statuesque. Total conglomeration, and Dundee could make nothing of it. Hill. A great 1-2. Couldn't be better. Can he do the space again? He can. He's no support. Inside. Careful build-up at the back. Nearly aiming for the pace, but the ball angled much too near goal, and Colin Kelly. Good anticipation there by Billy Kirkwood, getting right up at the back. Kirkwood and Goff rather. Got the tackle sliding in from the back. Dodds neatly down. Oh, good, powerful run by Glennie. There's Hamish McAlpin at it again. I think, in all honesty, Jim McLean, if he ever gets round to a testimonial game for this man, might play him at centre forward or sweeper or something, because underneath that goalkeeper's outfit there is a very ambitious outfield player. There's really nothing in this match at the moment. United's moves containing a little more variety, I suggest, like that, for instance. Goff picks up. Now he's got to float that in. It's a clever ball. And there's a corner kick out of it. As I said about the variety of United's moves, slightly more than Dundee. That's very good exhibition of it. The touch to the outside, the good support work by Richard Goff. And now that ball he pushed forward in these conditions, a very clever ball indeed. Could have been disastrous for Dundee. Mackey, will the ball stay in? It doesn't. Dodds. 15 minutes to half-time. The rain lashes down. The game is in stalemate at the moment, and that's an intelligent ball and a great shot. Stuart McKinney, the man who was 22 on Wednesday, controlling that brilliantly, rifling it in, I think slightly taking Hamish McAlpin by surprise, although the goalkeeper did very well. That was good football, and the game beginning to pick up again. Milne, Ferguson played it out well. There's a lot of space there. Fraser goes forward. Glennie on the outside. Mackey again. Nearly goes with him. When he got it through to. Turned that round very quickly. Now the break. Milne going away, and he's on. Look at the acceleration again. That is great pace. Oh, and he ruins it. All that effort dissipated in that last move. Goff. Taylor saw the opening, and Cammy Fraser has played a very noble part in ensuring that Dundee and Dundee United are level, because the giants in this game have been in midfield and in defence. It has been virtually impossible for strikers to get space and get openings, and thus we go in at half-time with flickering memories of just slight chances. Beautiful ball by Goff, sliding right across the goal. Then that excellent run by Stuart McKinney, drilling in one that Hamish McAlpin had to use all his expertise to control on a day that's making the ball seem like a piece of wet soap. Nothing each at half-time. And I really think we've got to expect better things in the second half. I think what the match has lacked so far is rhythm. There hasn't been any flow, any fluency. Conditions are a bit tricky out there, there's no doubt about that, in the pouring rain. I think the referee, Douglas Danny, is slightly fussy at times. I think somehow or other he may just want to gather some leniency, if you like. Let it go. Certainly a sense of disappointment about that first half. Well, that's a good ball, and away goes Milne. Can he touch it? He does. It could be. No. The ball's in the back of the net, but the referee says it was an infringement further back, pulling. He said Milne was pulling away. It was a nice knee flick to him, and it's right of it there, the referee said. He had impeded the other player, and on he went. Struck it in neatly, but it didn't count. Mackey. right on top of it. Milne. Loose ball by Stark though. That's a better ball. Stark follows up. Away he goes. Mackey going back with him. Oh, there's a great ball. Can Dodds leave it? He ought to have. I think quite unaware that the youngster, 19-year-old Alec Taylor, was behind them as that ball was swept intelligently across. Bit of a tackle there. Cammy Fraser, I think, has demolished the dugout. United in strength this time. Phillip. Oh, he gets in a tangle. Milne. Has he got the speed? He has. Brilliant play, and I think there might have been a touch there. I believe Bobby Glennie will be booked for that, as Milne heaves himself up from the saturated pitch. There's the booking. By Milne, driven forward, no degree of accuracy about it all the same. Now then, what can Ferguson do? Far too impetuous. I mean, really, that ball forward for Davidson, but at least he was outnumbered anyway, 3 against 1. Now Holt. Away for Milne. Glennie goes with him. Brilliant play by Milne. That's very hard. Kirkwood's down, and the Blue Jerseys outnumbering the Tangerine, and the man who's making a turn for United now is Ralph Milne. There's Holt, and he looked as if he was getting a free chance. Suddenly he floated in, and what has been up till now very close marking Dundee defence seemed to open for him. However, it was off balance. Here's Goff. Back go Dundee. They've only 2 players up now. Well, free kick. And so David Nerry will take this. We've gone 12 minutes into the second half, and here is Nerry's free kick. David Dodds with that, and it's just over. Hegarty. It was Hegarty. David Dodds in the middle of the picture there, but it was Hegarty who scooped up at it, got it right over the bar. David Dodds. Milne tries to get back and does. Fraser just going in on it. Well, he just wants to get on with it, doesn't he? Dodds. He struck it well, but from the moment he struck it, it was on target. Came clattering in on it. Mackey, I think, got the last touch. Oh, well. Down to Milne. Great play by Milne again. Superb stuff. And he touches at the wrong side of Dodds. He gets a gift, and he tries to curl it round. And the man who's untying all the knots, and there have been a lot of knots in his game and entanglements of players, is Ralph Milne. Very difficult to get control today, but he's been doing it, turning well now, good touch and pace. Although it was Smith who came up, almost nullified that move. The gift for Dodds, which he could not accept gratefully. And I think we're going to have subs. Yes, the other youngsters coming off is John Riley. John Riley is coming on, nicknamed Boney, and he played against Celtic as a sub on Wednesday night, of course, late in the game. There goes Davidson, right into the corner, gets a corner kick. Neatly touched inside. Fraser looks as if he would light out at it. Too many tangerine jerseys again. That's a good-looking ball all the same. Is there any control? There's no, and Ferguson might be offside. Is he? No. Well, looked away down to the right here. No flag went up, although Dave Nerry thought. But he was in an offside position as that ball was hammered in and then just gently deflected to him, and he couldn't stretch out to it. Holt. There's Phillip. Glennie. Solid tackle. Oh, United being very slack. Just getting away with it. There's Riley. Goff. Good running by Goff. There's David Dodds, and he was almost there. McDonald, I think, got the touch, and there was a collision. And we get a corner kick, and McDonald went down heavily. He's just getting back for the corner, bent down. And that's just past. Davie Dodds. Gliding it more than hitting it. Just a good jumping, gently turning it just past the post. Very hesitant indeed. Fraser. Touch on neatly, and Ferguson couldn't turn it round. Mackey. Stark sliding into him, making it simple. 6 minutes left. People are making for the exits. And there's offside. It was so obvious. Dodds out of play. It's been that kind of game. Look at it, the conditions are appalling. And that's offside again, and Hegarty very keen to get on with it. Oh, beautifully touched down now. Riley hammers it in, and Dodds tries to put it in. And has. David Dodds gets a rebound, and 5 minutes to go. United at long last have gone into the lead. That very fine ball pushed out there to Riley, and the youngster did very well to keep his head and then hammer it in. And although Colin Kelly has played very well today, it is extremely difficult for a goalkeeper to control a ball like that, so wet and slippery, and Dodds following up, put it past him.
Determination there. The game attracted a very good crowd of 15,000 in absolutely miserable conditions, which simply heightened the sense of letdown. Jim McLean was glad of the points, who wouldn't be, but was the first to admit to me afterwards that it had all been disappointing as a spectacle. United badly missed the presence of Sturrock and Bannon, and they show it. You can take out that quality and still churn out the goodies. But the fact is they're only a point behind Celtic, and these two players I've mentioned will make the return very soon. Well, Donald Mackay looked dejected afterwards, and I can understand that too. But his team is 100% better than it was last year, particularly in defence. And if they could only find something sharper for themselves in their opponent's penalty area, they would be a very good team indeed. By the way, that prolific scorer, Davie Dodds, could earn his side a lot of cash in the Scottish Cup. For from the third round of the competition onwards, every time a club scores, they'll win £500 for themselves. And that is probably the most imaginative direct sponsorship the SFA have ever embarked on. Someday, somewhere, is going to have a bonanza day. Well, yesterday, Davie Dodds merely earned his bonus money, and afterwards he admitted the conditions had been tricky.
Well, actually, the pitch was a wee bit wet, and it rained all during the game. It made it, as the game went on, a lot more slippy. So in the last half hour, it was really quite slippy out there.
Was it difficult to bring the ball down and get good control right away?
Well, it was difficult for me any time to bring the ball down, but the slippy conditions have been a wee bit worse today.
No, the discussion before the match was that the onus would be on Dundee United because you're normally expected to win this, or in recent times in any case. Now, is that so? Do you feel any extra pressure?
Well, against Dundee, us being the top team in Dundee just now, there definitely is an onus on us to attack them all the time. So I'm just glad we got the goal in the last few minutes.
Yeah,
us up there.
Well, did you think you would get it? Because the goalkeeper seemed as if he might just get hold of it cleanly.
Well, he had a good game, Colin Kelly. That's the first time I've seen him. I was very impressed with him today. But like I say, we keep battling away. We got 2 late goals at Motherwell 2 weeks ago, so we just kept hoping we'd get a goal again today.
Royley did very well for you.
John came on 10-15 minutes ago and done really well. It was actually his shot that got about the goal.
Did you think you put him off just going for it?
I couldn't tell you. I think it might have been... John really hit a hard shot, and with a slippery ball and conditions, I think he just caught it and let it drop. It didn't come out his hands much, but luckily I was there just to put it over his head.
Well, good, and I suppose you now look forward to a European game, but I take it you're not going to take Stavanger.